For KDSN Sports and Iowa Hawkeye Media Days, we have tight end fullbacks coach Adbul Hodge joining us. And Coach, first and foremost, thank you for taking the time today, and how excited are we to get Hawkeye football rolling?
Oh, it's awesome. You know, this is one of the best time of the years, especially for our kids. You know, there's no school, no academics to worry about. It's just straight football and those guys bonding and getting better with their teammates.
And looking at the tight end room, of course, it's loaded as usual. We got Luke back healthy, even Addison, who stepped up in a big way last year. How excited are you with the potential of this tight end room?
Very excited about the guys that we have in the room right now. Starting with getting Luke Lachey back. You know, it was unfortunate last year when he got injured and was out for the year. And then we get Addison Ostrenga, who was going into his third year, that stepped up and did some big things for us as well. And then you got Zach Oatworth, who actually played as a freshman for us. So when you look at the room is extremely strong. And we got some freshmen that's coming in too that's going to continue to push and get better.
And how have they been able to pick up on this new offense in terms of some of the schemes and how their roles may change?
So far, so good. You know, it's a work in progress, but I think we got the right guys in the room. They're working their butts off. They asking the right questions. They're going back to the hotel. They're studying the playbook, and so far it's been really awesome. You know, the great thing about camp, you get guys, you can pair up a Luke Lachey with a younger guy, and you can compare Addison Ostrenga and let him pair up with a young guy in terms of where they staying in a hotel, you know, with roommates. So if the young guys have questions, they got guys like Luke, Addy, Johnny Pascuzzi, that's going to go and help and be a mentor for him. But so far, you know, I think Tim's been doing a really, really great job with installing the offense. But more importantly, I think our guys are 100% bought in, and that's been making it much fun and easy.
And you talk about the young tight ends coming in. You know, one of our local kids, DJ Vonnahme out of Carroll. And, you know, Coach, what have you seen from him so far? And, you know, what's he bringing to the table so far in practice?
You know, so far I've been seeing exactly what we saw from DJ in camp. You know, he came in. He was a tough, competitive kid. You know, he definitely can run. And now he's showing that he can also be physical, but more importantly, have a unique skill set to play the game. He played high school quarterback, also played some linebacker, some safety. So, you know, he's a kid that's just a football player. So far, I think he's off to a really great start.
Well, Coach, we're looking forward to another year of Hawkeye football. Thanks for taking the time today.
Thank you very much.
For KDSN Sports and Hawkeye Media Days, I'm Noah Caruso. We have the center for the Iowa Hawkeyes, Logan Jones, joining us. And first and foremost, Logan, thanks for taking the time. And, boy, how excited are we to get Hawkeye football rolling?
Oh, we're super pumped.
And, you know, for you, Logan, this is going to be kind of a new year for you. A new offensive coordinator can be a new scheme. But how have you and the offensive line been able to really adjust and pick up some of these new blocking schemes?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there's only so many ways you can run inside zone or pass block, so it's not really a whole lot different. It's just different wordage that we've been working through and whatnot. But, you know, this fall camp's been a great opportunity for us to go out there and learn the new schemes and what Coach Lester wants, so we're really excited to get going.
And to see your progression over the last couple of seasons, you come into this year as a third-team preseason All-American. You know, for you, what does that mean to you, and just how does that really motivate you to really go out there and play the best ball you can?
Yeah, you know, obviously I have big goals, and I want to do, you know, some of those things and whatnot, but I'm just focused on, you know, today, tomorrow, and, you know, what practice holds and what I can get better at, and, you know, whatever happens at the end of the season will take care of itself. But right now I'm just focused on, you know, day by day and see what happens from there.
You know, and looking at, you know, the players that you're bringing back into this season, you know, how excited does that make you, you know, having Cade back, you know, fully healthy, LaShawn's coming back to block for him, you know, with the talk of being the offense on this for this season, how excited does that make you for the potential of the squad this year?
Super excited. You know, we have a lot of leadership on this team, too. You got guys like Cade, like you said, sixth year, played in a lot of football games, LaShawn, a lot of reps. We're just, you know, we have a lot of guys that are leaders, too. So we're super excited for the season and, you know, what we can do this season. And, you know, we have big aspirations, so it's just about going out there and doing it now.
You know, I'd be remiss not to ask you. So, you know, doing a little bit of research on you, The Athletic put you in their top 10 of the freaks of the college football season. So I got to ask you, what's the trick to being a freak in college football, Logan?
Oh, geez, I don't know. I guess you got to be really ugly or something. So that might be what it is.
Well, and one thing I do want to talk about is, you know, we're out of Denison, so we cover a lot of Hawkeye 10. That includes Lewis Central reigning state champions and get ready for another football season. How great is it for you to, you know, be able to keep that great tradition going here at the University of Iowa and represent the Titans here in Iowa City?
It's so cool. You know, I'm super proud to be a Titan. You know, we always say bleed blue, not only when you're there, but when you're done. You know, just to see the things they've done, you know, win a few state titles, you know, I carry that with pride, and I'm always super proud to represent Western Iowa and, you know, what we're about. So it's pretty cool to see.
Well, Logan, we're super excited for another year of Hawkeye football. Thanks for taking the time. Best of luck this year.
Thank you.
For KDSN Sports and Iowa Hawkeye Media Days, I'm Noah Caruso. Addison Ostrenga, tight end for the Iowa Hawkeyes, joining us. And first and foremost, Addison, thank you so much for taking the time here today. And, you know, how great is it to get a football season rolling here?
Oh, I mean, it's awesome. It's a great time of year. I'm very excited to go out there with my teammates and start playing football.
And Addison, you came in to last season, really having to fill a big role, with injuries last year, but you stepped up in a big way. How does that build your confidence going into the 2024 campaign?
Yeah, I mean, it helps a lot, just knowing that I can go out there and do my thing and not worry about anything at all, and know that I can make plays for this team.
And going into this year, of course, new offensive coordinator, things can change a little bit, but for you in the tight end room, how have you been able to adjust and kind of what your role is going to be looking like this year, Addison?
Yeah, I mean, we got a whole new playbook now this year, so it's a little bit of a struggle to learn that right away, but with spring ball and now camp going on, definitely feel very comfortable listening to plays and going out and executing, so just hoping to help the team any way I can.
And biggest things you want to keep improving upon as we get to another year of Hawkeye football?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say my route running, and then I can always improve my blocking, so hopefully I can improve on those two things and just help the team as much as I can.
I was talking to Coach Hodge a little bit earlier today, too, and he just had nothing but great things to say about you, the veteran leadership, helping the younger guys. Let's talk about the dynamic of that tight end room at the University of Iowa, which is well known around the world of football.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been amazing. I had Sam Laporta my freshman year to basically teach me everything, and then last year I had Eric and Luke, and still Luke this year. So I've just had so many great guys help me, and I hope that I can do the same with the young guys now and help push them forward.
And biggest thing that you're excited about is for your role in this offense this year?
I mean, I'll do whatever the team wants. Hopefully I can catch some balls and score touchdowns, but I'll do whatever the team needs.
Well, Addison, we're excited for another year of Hawkeye football. Thanks for taking the time today.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
For KDSN Sports and Hawkeye Media Days, I'm Noah Caruso. We have DJ Vonnahme, tight end for the Iowa Hawkeyes, joining us. And first and foremost, DJ, thanks for taking the time today. How excited are you for your first season representing the Black and Gold?
Oh, I'm so excited. It's always been a dream of mine to play football here, and get the opportunity here to play is just gonna be amazing. Yeah.
And for you, what's some of the biggest things you've learned? I know it's been early into the fall camp. What's some of the biggest things that you've learned so far here for Iowa?
Mainly the culture and how everyone really bonds together here. I mean, it's not like this everywhere else, and it's really a special vibe here, that I've gathered.
And for you, when you go into college football, what are some of the things that you really want to establish this year and really improve upon as this year comes around?
Really just get my feet in the ground. Work on a lot of things. I didn't play much tight end in high school, so adjusting to that and just building my base so I can continue to develop and just keep continuing to get better every single day.
When you talk about adjusting at tight end, I was talking to Coach Hodge earlier, and he talked about all the veterans that are there and how helpful they've been to these younger tight ends, including yourself. So getting it from your perspective, how great have these veteran tight ends been for you?
Oh, it's been amazing having Luke, Addie, even Zach Ortworth, who's my roommate for this fall camp. It's just been great. Just they're so helpful. Ask them anything, they're there. They're willing to help. They want to help. They just want to see everyone just be better and get better.
And you represent the Carroll Tigers, of course, right near our neck of the woods Kuemper Catholic in Carroll, excuse me, but representing Kuemper Catholic. And for you, how great is it for you to be able to represent that community, to represent the Knights here at the University of Iowa?
It feels great. Everyone back home is rooting for me, cheering me on. I've gotten a lot of great positive messages from them, and yeah, it's exciting.
Well, DJ, we really appreciate taking the time. I know that the Carroll community is proud over at Kuemper Catholic. Thanks for taking the time. Best of luck this year.
Thank you.
For KDSN Sports and Iowa Hawkeye Media Days, I'm Noah Caruso. We have Ty Nissen, punter for the Iowa Hawkeyes. And first and foremost, Ty, thanks for taking the time today. And how excited are you to get football season rolling here?
Yeah, really excited. I mean, been training all year for this, and I'm excited to get the games rolling.
And you've had success as a punter, of course, first at Iowa Western Community College where you were an All-American, then coming here to Iowa. What's some of the biggest things you've learned, from the community college and now you're to the Division I level?
Some things that I learned is just attention to detail, especially here at Iowa. Special teams are very important. So critiquing everything in form, location of the punt, and little things like that make a huge difference.
Last year you were on this roster and you were under an NFL punter and Torrey Taylor. What's some of the biggest things that you learned from him to carry into this year?
Torrey was really good at his job, and I feel like I was kind of a sponge, soaking in what he was doing, and I feel like that'll help me a lot throughout my career.
I know that you come into this year looking to, get the win the punter position and, looking to, keep things rolling. For you, what's some of the biggest things that you've been liking so far in the early stage of practice for yourself?
So far, I feel like I've gotten a lot stronger. I've gained a lot of weight since last year, and then being with the conditioning or strength and conditioning staff all winter has helped me out a lot, and just continue growing, continue practicing, working on my fundamentals, and that'll take care of itself.
And I'd be remiss not to talk about, here at KDSN, we're close enough to Carroll, where you represent, the Carroll Tigers. And, for you, Ty, how great is it to, not only just, represent that school, but represent that whole community here at the University of Iowa?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty sweet because there's not a lot of guys from my high school that do this, So it's kind of, I don't know, it's pretty cool that my coach can say, like, hey, I coached that guy. So it's pretty cool to me.
Well, I tell you what, Ty, I know that the Carroll community is excited for you. We're excited for you. Best of luck this year, and appreciate the time today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Big relief, and it feels very good to know that the amount of work that I've put in and the amount of work that I've done with the training staff and the strength and conditioning staff is paying off.
What's the biggest thing you notice?
In terms of like my
Yeah,
body,
yeah.
or I think really the biggest thing that I notice in terms of like physically is kind of my mechanics that I've been able to change a little bit. I think because of the rehab, I was able to kind of switch my throwing motion. Before it was a little more really over the top, and I was not loading onto my front leg as much, but now I've become a lot more rotational, and I'm seeing I'm really throwing the ball harder, and I think physically that's been the biggest difference for me on the field.
And Cade, in that time trying to get ready, for the season, how has that really just motivated you and just make you more excited to be out here and play a season for the Hawkeyes football team?
I mean, I'm just really excited. It's been a long 2 years, and when I first got here and I was rehabbing, obviously getting hurt was the last thing on my mind. So for me to be back with my teammates and really just the relationships that I have with these guys is what makes every day special.
And with the new offensive coordinator, there's been a lot of buzz too with the weapons that you guys have. How has that chemistry been working so far in the early stages of practice?
It's been good. I think, we're really just working to be as consistent as we possibly can. I think, there are days that, we're looking really good and everything's clicking, and then we install some new stuff and then we go back to square one. And I think just that balance of, everyone getting familiar, with these reps, with the new schemes, and, seeing it against the defense on top of, we're also playing a pretty good defense in practice, so, but that's the best thing for us. If we're going to be playing one of the top defenses in the country every single day, that's got to show something on the field. So, we're gaining our confidence, and, I look forward to what it looks like this season.
What are your thoughts on the college football video game? Everyone's been talking about it.
Oh, I actually haven't even played it yet. Yeah, actually, no, I did play Drive. I was playing with some family friends with like a couple, 8 and 10-year-olds, but
Did you play with yourself?
yeah, I did. But what I love is that a bunch of the guys on the team like to say like that I can't throw a touch ball apparently, which I'm like, okay, well I can throw a pretty good touch ball, but I seem a little more mobile maybe than I actually am, so I guess there's a little give and take there.
I know the expectations are high for this group. Do you see this as kind of new season, new challenge?
Yeah, every season a new season. We're lucky to have the same players, a lot on the defensive side of the ball and on the offensive side of the ball. But there's always, I feel like it's just football. It's just football, man. So it's just trying to be good every single day. And trying to compete.
How'd you remain patient just for your opportunity last year? I know there's a lot of talk about how you really grew as a player during not this past game's bowl prep, but the year before that's bowl prep. How'd you kind of remain patient throughout the process, just waiting for your kind of time to break out?
I think it's just who I was, and mainly believing in the people here in the program. Like I always trusted this program, and I always wanted to play in the NFL. So I believe that if I just stuck it out and just kept on playing, I should be good, And that's what happened.
So that kind of just matched the vision that they kind of told you when they were recruiting you, that just, hey, it might take a couple of years, but you will get an opportunity if you go out and earn it.
They didn't promise an opportunity, but like what you said, I was gonna have to earn it, and that's exactly what I was gonna. That's exactly what I did, and that's why I basically told myself, until I earned it, then I don't have a right to transfer a league. So.
How did your offseason look like? Obviously, it's a year, right? How did it this past offseason look like for you?
I'm how they're calling us the older guys. I remember when I was younger, probably third year, I would be working out a lot more on the outside of what we do. But I wasn't doing that. I was taking care of my body, and I'm a lot more experienced than when I was younger. So I felt like I didn't have to do that much because I just know what I had to do to get the job done. So, yeah.
If you were to give advice to that younger self, what's some of that advice? Like, what advice would you give to that one?
I mean, my younger self didn't even know what he didn't know, so like I couldn't. I mean, just trust yourself, and you already know what you're doing. So like, just keep on going.
And so when you talk about that experience that you bring this year with that secondary, talk about the communication aspect that you have with all these guys in this talented secondary that you guys bring this year.
I mean, it's just easy. It's easy. I feel like I know what Quinn's thinking when we see an offense come out with a certain formation and how we're going to adjust to it. I feel like we know exactly what we're going to play, and like I said, it's just easy, and which makes it fun because you don't even got to stress or think about too much. It's like an extra thing you do, like a burden. So that's not there. So it's just we're just out there playing football.
Sebastian, you're kind of known as a splash play guy. What's more exciting to you, getting a pick six or hitting a running back in the hole and forcing a fumble?
I mean, if it's 4th and 1 and I'm making a fumble, that's a pretty good feeling. If it's a pick six, I'll take it too because I don't know. I actually don't have a preference. I'm just trying to make plays however I can. And the closer the game is, the more excitement it is to it, I guess.
So if there was a favorite play last year, what might it be for you?
'Cause
there's a lot.
I would say maybe Iowa State. Yeah, I would probably say Iowa State because I just feel like a sense of relief. Finally made like my big play, and so you never forget, I guess, your first. So no, yeah, I would say Iowa State.
Do you feel like that gave you some confidence going into the rest of the season?
Not more than I already had. It was just like it was doing something I already knew I was capable of. It was just the fact that I took advantage of my opportunity. If I dropped it, I would have been like, oh, yeah, I dropped it, but I'll probably I'll get the next one, So it wasn't really anything like it was a nice feeling, but it wasn't like life-changing experience.
How about John Nestor? Here comes a guy. You guys got a couple of guys competing for that spot in the cornerback room. What does he bring to the table, you think?
He's very versatile. He can do a lot of things. So, like, you as a football player, you want to be known as a guy that can do a lot of things, and I mean that's what he brings, and everyone appreciates that, especially as a someone like Coach Parker or a coach. So you're always gonna appreciate a guy like that. You want a guy like that in your team.
And Sebastian, now with Cade back, it's adding to a loaded Big Ten quarterback group, and, that just makes it a fun challenge for you in the defense. Talk about, how you in the secondary and this defense as a whole want to just keep getting better and better, as you get late into the season, face some good Big Ten quarterbacks here.
I mean, it definitely helps because he's one of the older guys, too. He's played a lot of football, and, it's just competition, like how they say, something we say here, iron sharpens iron. You just by especially knowing each other, like we know what the offense is gonna do. I mean, just like makes you think outside of the box, so it makes you better in that sense.
Thanks, Seb.
I might need to look into
that. Would be
I
a
may
stat.
Just inspire myself
that would. Oh, don't tell me it's true. Like that can't be true.
There's
can't.
no way.
There's no way. There's no way. Right?
How's it been like going against this offense now that they're like back at full capacity personnel-wise? It's like you're actually getting a true look of going against that offense.
Yeah, I mean it's good. I mean those guys go over there and they compete every single day. Those guys have been so invested in their craft and just like learning the scheme. And learning the scheme is not easy at all. I can attest to that from last year. Just as much football knowledge as it's just getting used to it and all that stuff. So. Obviously, there's growing pains, but during spring ball to now, the amount of growth that they've had has been unreal. So every single day is a challenge. They present a whole bunch of problems for us, and I'm excited for them this year. Honestly, I think that they just continue to improve, and they want it. They want to improve. So I'm excited for them.
Did you get a chance to talk to Brendan Sullivan when he got here? Because he's learning the offense now. He's played somewhere else. He started somewhere else.
Yeah.
Trying to learn this offense and coming in here in June.
Yeah, I talked to him a bunch. I made sure the first thing we said to him was about the fourth down stops on the goal line.
Yeah, for sure.
I had to mention that one. But other than that, once we got past that, we got to the hellos and how you doing. But I think that was pretty cool. Just like he's just an unbelievably good dude. Like he's a really good dude. Like just talking to him, hanging out with him, spending time with him, fall camp this summer, all that stuff. Like he's a really, really good dude. And like dude's athletic, fast, and I'm just excited just to be around him. I'm really grateful that he's a part of this team.
Nick, and I know that you joke about, the age of this defense, but it does bring experience. And, talking to all the defensive players here, especially the younger guys, they talked about, how great, you and the older, veterans have been, to these guys in terms of improvement. What's that dynamic like at practice on a day-to-day basis? And, how do you try to, master that as a leader of the team?
Yeah, you just want to pour into those younger guys every single day. I think that every single day just giving them experience because, in sports, people are only getting better, So those younger guys, you hope that they come in and they play better than you, It's just all relative to the generation. But yeah, pouring into those guys and just as much as you pour into them, it kind of lights a fire in you because then you're like, shoot, I got to keep going or else they're going to take my job, right? So I think that it's been super fun just to pour into these guys. And, we have a lot of talent behind us. And, I'm really excited for the future of this program.
Why do you think so many guys have stayed? Especially, open transfers, guys think that they could come in and start next year,
Yeah.
But, why do you think all these guys continue to stay in the program?
Yeah, I think that it's just a huge testament just to the coaching staff and the players and the people and honestly just, in Iowa as a whole. When you have the fan base, everyone supports you. They love you. When you're a Hawk, you're a Hawk. And just, the support you feel as being a Hawk is unbelievable. And then just, your teammates inside the locker room, there's no better feeling than just coming in and just knowing that you're happy every single day because you got your brothers around you. And then it starts up top, Coach Ferentz. I think he's a world-class guy. He's just one of those people that you want to play for. He greets you every single day. He talks. There's no person who has as much on his plate as him, and he finds time to just literally make everyone feel special on this team. He cares about everyone, invested in everyone, works with everyone, and it's just unbelievable. So I really thank Coach Ferentz, and I think that the program that he's built, the person he is, and everything that Coach Ferentz stands for is just somebody you want to play for, and you're just thankful to have that mentor in your life.
It's clear that this defense has a lot of confidence going into this year, and for good reason, especially now in a expanded Big Ten with some really good offenses coming in. For you, how does that motivate you guys in practice? Some of the things that you want to really fine-tune before we get week one kicked off here?
Yeah, I think every single day you just want to keep on fine-tuning and working on everything. I don't think it's even fine-tuning, it's just working. I think every single day that it's not like we've ever arrived, we've ever really done anything. I think that's what the guys think on the team. We've never really done anything, so it's kind of like, okay, now we have to get better. We're nothing, So it's kind of like keep improving, keep getting better, and just let everything else take care of itself.
What do you think will it take for you guys to sit back after the season's done and feel like we did something?
That we were fully invested and we gave it our all. I think that really comes down to it. As long as we can sit back and genuinely say that we attacked every practice, fully invested, watched tape, and we gave it everything we had, I think we'll be all good. And we can look back, and regardless of what the season entailed, we can be okay with it.
What's your approach to the season around? What are some of the thoughts on your side?
Yeah, I really haven't thought about the season as a whole. More just every single day, just trying to get better. Just footwork, hands, all that stuff. Just trying to get better, just so I can just when I get to the games and stuff like that, watching tape and all that stuff, everything can improve.
To kind of piggyback off of that, it's been a great career here for you in Iowa. And coming into this year, you're getting a lot of preseason accolades. And, for you, how do you really channel that and really just stay focused on the field and just make sure that's all about football?
Yeah, I kind of just don't pay attention to it, really. I'm thankful, really. I am. I think it's a super cool honor, just anything that you get recognized for. But the one thing about those preseason stuff is it's all stuff that you did last year. It's all stuff that you did the year before. It's nothing that you've done this year. So you have to kind of just remind yourself that every single day that you haven't done anything this year. There's been plenty of people who have been on preseason lists that weren't on the end of season list. So I think that just is a friendly reminder that it's just got to keep grinding, got to keep working, and got to keep the motivation and focus on your team. And really, you're nothing without your teammates. So everything that I get is a tribute to these guys. So it's my defensive line, they keep me safe. People in the back end, they protect me. So it's really just it's the easiest job in the world, and it's the most fun job in the world.